The UK's hand in the Brexit talks should have been strengthened by the fishing scandal that happened in Denmark 3 years ago. The EU's chief negotiator Michel Barnier has said he still has the firm belief that a trade agreement with Britain is possible. As talks between the EU and the UK resumed in Brussels on Monday, the French politician briefed ambassadors and MEPs on the state of play, implying the number of key issues blocking a deal had been reduced from 3 to 2, fair competition rules and fishing rights. The tone from Downing Street was also more positive, in contrast to last week's message from Prime Minister Boris Johnson, who said a no-deal outcome was a strong possibility. Negotiators are currently tackling the complicated issue of the more than 100 shared fish stocks as the talks enter what diplomats have called a make-or-break phase. Fishing nations such as France, Denmark, the Netherlands, Belgium and Spain fear Mr. Barnier may cave too easily to British demands as talks enter their endgame. Paris insists the UK red line of annual fishing negotiations is unacceptable but, on the other hand, Britons are not likely to forgive Prime Minister Boris Johnson if he does cave in on Brussels' demands, as the Common Fisheries Policy (CFP) was a central part in the Brexit campaign. British fishermen believe UK waters are not only overfished by other EU countries but that the CFP also means they are restricted as to how much they can fish. As many Brexiteers wonder whether a no-deal scenario could really be the only way to get back control of UK waters, a 2017 report on a fishing scandal in Denmark has re-emerged. According to sources at the time, the misconduct should have strengthened the UK's hand in the Brexit negotiations on the withdrawal agreement. 3 years ago, the Danish government came under fire from the opposition as well as environmental organizations for irregularities in the management of fisheries quotas and its call for criminal investigations into a number of fishing companies. A report published by the National Audit Office suggested that the ministry's transferable fishing quotas failed to prevent a limit on the number of so-called quota kings. According to the report, the ministry used incomplete data over a number of years along with incorrect registrations of quota transactions and ownerships. A day before the release of the report, the Ministry of Environment and Food called on police to initiate an investigation of a number of fishermen and fishing companies in the country.